Okay. So thank you in advance for doing this with me. This interview is regarding addiction and a little TLDR. We had to make a brainstorming like mind map um, that had subgroups and a few like title groups of our areas of interest. And one of them is how addiction and psychology kind of intertwine or whatever. Um, I hope that makes sense. Um,
Yes, makes sense. Sounds good.
okay, cool. So let's dive in. Okay, so it's only 5 questions. So the first one is, do you think that people can become addicted to like literally anything?
No, I think it has to be something that kind of changes, I don't know, that gives you a jolt of serotonin or a jolt of something. Like, I don't know. I guess, like, I don't think you can become addicted to doing your taxes,
Okay,
but I think you could become addicted to, anything that gives you pleasure.
okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people are into weird stuff and they can become addicted to that, I guess. So yeah. Okay, no, that's good. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, the second one is, do you have an understanding of what's going on in an addict's brain that makes it impossible at times to stop partaking in their addiction? So like chemical imbalances or anything like that.
Yes.
Do you mind elaborating?
Okay, yeah. So, um, hi, I'm Max. I'm an alcoholic. So when I was at my rehab, we went over brain chemistry, and the thing that I really took from it was they showed um they did like a CAT scan on these people where one person they didn't allow to drink water for like 3 days, and they had them hooked up on an IV so they weren't like getting dehydrated, but they weren't able to consume liquids. And then they put them in a CAT scan machine and then started playing the sounds of like a babbling brook and started talking about how they got an ice cold cup of water and seeing how the brain lit up for that. And then they did it for someone's favorite food. Um, and then they did it for an alcoholic with alcohol, like their favorite beer or whatever. And they said that their brain lit up pretty much the same, if not more, of a need for the addict than it was for um, for your other basic needs, for food, for drink, stuff like that. So yeah, my understanding is it's an intense chemical, sometimes it's a chemical dependency, but you're just used to getting a reaction, a specific reaction out of doing the action. So I think that was probably a terrible explanation of it because I don't remember the exact science of it, but um,
No, that's really cool. I didn't know that. That that paints a picture in my head for sure.
I
I know
can
that's
send you the YouTube video of it. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, please. I would really like to watch that. That would be really interesting.
You got it.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, and then this next question is a little bit obvious to some, but I know a lot of people that have actually said no. Do you believe addiction is hereditary or a genetic predisposition or anything like that?
Yeah, I think there's at least some. I don't know that it's, guaranteed, but for sure, I think that there is a genetic predisposition. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Um, that's good to know your opinion on. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this one's really interesting. I've gotten a few different answers on this. Even though you're my second I have asked other people. Do you think that 12 step programs are like the answer to arresting someone's addiction.
What do you mean by arresting? Like stopping?
Yeah, I mean, because it's one day at a time. Um, and like my previous interviewee was saying that it might not be the end all be all for everyone. Like there are some rehab centers that don't implement the format of 12-step program recovery or anything like that. Um, but I've also heard from I listened to a podcast of this pretty renowned psychologist, and he was talking about how outdated 12-step programs are because they haven't apparently changed anything, even though society has evolved over the last however many years since 12-step programs began. So it was kind of weird to hear like a professional say that um, they think that 12-step programs are kind of ridiculous. But so I think the gist is, do you think that like an addict needs a 12-step recovery program to like heal their spiritual, mental, and physical addiction?
Yeah, so I don't think they've changed it because it's had the best effect essentially
Yeah.
since its inception. If there was a easier, softer way, I think people would have figured that out and they would have done it by now. Like if there's a pill to make you not be an alcoholic anymore. And I don't think that self knowledge alone is enough for most people.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, there's no way to cure addiction yet. But I think the 12-step program is the best way to, I guess, slow its progression or make it chill out
Yeah,
for a
or
bit. I don't know.
yeah.
Arrest it.
Yeah.
It's the best way to arrest it.
Yes. Okay, very nice. Very nice, thank you. Um, and then for the fifth one, do you think addiction plays a significant role in an addict's mental health condition?
Hmm.
Or do you think they're
Yes,
completely separate?
yes and no. Okay, so I think you could start using more because you're bummed out, and then you get more bummed out because you're using more. So I think they can be intertwined, but I don't think that like fixing one completely fixes the other. You know, you start going to AA, you just kind of realize like, oh, I got some other problems I gotta fix. And I think if you just treated your mental illness but still had an addiction, you'd be like, well, I'm not as sad anymore, but damn, I really want some beer right now or something. I don't know. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, they're intertwined. They definitely probably increase or they contribute to each other, but I don't think that they're necessarily fix one, you fix both.
Right. Yeah. I know, I've heard some people that don't really understand addiction say, "Just go to therapy and you'll be happy, joyous, and fine." And,
It works for some people. That's the other thing about addiction. It's extremely varying and it's different for everyone. So, you
yeah,
know, yeah.
that's a good point too. Yeah. I know one addict in particular who doesn't she did the 12-step thing for, I think, maybe, like, 3 months and then just stopped going, but she's been, like, clean for 4 years, um, which I just don't understand. But like you said, there are varying degrees, and I think that, I mean, whatever works for you works, so
Yeah, I mean, well,
yeah.
in the big book, or sorry, the book called Alcoholics Anonymous that the program of Alcoholics Anonymous is based off of, they talk about, you know, there's the casual drinker, the heavy drinker, and then the addict or the addict. And yeah, so I think if you're not a true addict, you don't necessarily have to do the 12-step program. But like I know plenty of people that if they didn't work with other alcoholics, they would go back out and continue to use. and they've said that to me, and they've proven it by having their own relapses. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's really interesting. It's such an interesting topic, and I hope to explore it more in my upper division classes coming up. Yeah. So it's been really interesting, and I have to do some research on it. And um, this class is like a it's like a digital class, so a lot of it's creative and copywriting and learning about like podcasts. So it varies a lot, but I think that the fact that we have the like autonomy to kind of pick our topic for things just makes it cooler. So I appreciate you like being willing to do this.
Of course.
We're
My
gonna be on
pleasure.
YouTube,
Well,
but I won't say your name.
don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much again, Max. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.